Welcome to FCRB TV. It's Saturday, October 5th. There have been some games in the Premier League and throughout, Europe, taking place between yesterday and today in league play. Bayern Munich has lost to Hoffenheim 2-1. Tottenham lost 3-0 to Brighton. Who else lost? Liverpool escaped Leicester 2-1. But what I want to talk about is, first and foremost, I'm a Gooner, yeah, and I want to talk about the Arsenal's week. Um, we had Man United Monday night. I did a preview of the Man United game, but I haven't been back since. I'll talk about the Man United game, the Standard Liège game, and some of the things that were said after the Man United game at Old Trafford, and then the situation with Mesut Ozil. Also, preview what's going to take place tomorrow against Bournemouth, how important that game is now with the results that have taken place today. And I'm going to touch on the Inter Milan versus Juventus clash that's going to take place tomorrow at the San Siro. So starting off, we rewind time a bit. We go back to Monday night at Old Trafford. The Arsenal went to Old Trafford, and the game ended 1-1. I was a bit disappointed because I really wanted to beat them. United are really bad right now. They're really bad, and I really wanted to, stick it to them and put a few past and bury them. But they were a wounded animal. They have pride. They think that they're better than us, and they were not going to give it to us easily. And they fought hard, and we end up drawing 1-1, which was a fine game, which was fine in the sense that, like, you know what, it was a point earned on the road. I would say I would have loved to have beaten them, but it wasn't to be. I think that their goal scored by McTominay. Um, it was all our own undoing. We did it to ourselves. We were counterattacked on a corner kick. Man United can only score on counterattacks. They have no creativity. They have no guys in midfield too. They don't possess. They don't build attacks. They just run really fast down the field if you give them space to run. That's all that they do. So they had one chance. They counted on that corner, and that's how they got their opportunity. And we made some mistakes in that situation there. I think that Kola could have done better to get on the ball when the ball came out off the initial corner, but he didn't. And then they were off to the races, and they got a chance and they scored. Our goal was clearly legit. Don't want to delve too far into it, but the linesman to raise his flag on Aubameyang when he was clearly 5 yards onside, he should have been brought up on charges. He should have been investigated by the FA and potentially terminated from officiating in football, because that looked like match fixing to me. That looked like somebody gave him money to make sure that if he had to make the call, you stop Arsenal from scoring so you can help Man United win the game. Because that was such a bad call. And what makes it even worse is that with the new situation with VAR, which I do not like, because I feel like the situation, if you watch any of my videos, I've never been a fan of VAR, and what happened on Monday night. Yes, VAR saved the day for Arsenal, but it should have never come to that. The guy was clearly onside. The Atlanta should have never raised his flag. He was not even close to being offsides, right? Two, now with VAR, right? Is it the rule now that they don't raise their flag in a situation like that? They let the play finish, and then they check. They get the call from upstairs, and they check, and they say, "Oh, you know what, mate? He was off. Oh, you know what? He was actually onside. It's a clean goal. Give it." So that's what they're supposed to do. So he raising his flag was dodgy as ever. So I think it was just deserved that we got the equalizer. I think that Bukayo Saka should have scored to make it 2-1. I think the lad is fantastic. He's going to be amazing for us. And he cost us nothing. He's an academy product. I tell you what, though, our expensive purchase there, Pepe. I'm done. I've been done with him because his technique is not good enough. and striking the ball is not good enough. And I'm not going to rag him too much. I've already said what I've said about him. And each match he keeps proving me wrong. I don't expect him to all of a sudden know how to kick a ball properly. You know what I mean? If you watch his YouTube highlights at Lille, he was dribbling the crap out of people, yeah, but he can't shoot. He can't pass. You get me? So forget it. I'm not with that. He was a. I mean, when we get to the Liège game, we'll talk about that again again briefly. But yes, so the game ended 1-1, and after the game, I watched the United stand. I watched 100% Red Devils. I watched Arsenal Fan TV. You get the feedback from the fans. I get my popcorn ready. I listen to what they have to say. Some lads say some fantastic things. Some folks, they're just supporters and they don't really know what they're talking about. But I tell you what, though, the football terrace. My man that does the football terrace. I don't know if you stumbled upon this, bruh, but he called Arsenal cowards. He called us cowards for not coming after them and trying to knock them out. May, that we not playing the way you wanted us to play shows that Unai Emery is quite intelligent, because what Man United wants every team to do is to come after them so they can counterattack. You only have one way of scoring goals, mate. What's your guy name? James, the guy that just runs really fast. Yeah, that guy. That's all he's got. No brain, no football brain, just running really fast. All you do is Rashford too. So he wanted us to go guns blazing, all out attack, leave only David Luiz back there so he can get so his lot can get a bunch of counterattacks and pump us 5-1. That's what he wanted to do. We didn't give you that. We defended properly. And you know what? That's what we did against Liverpool as well, because all they do is counter. That's all they do is counter as well. And it was working until David Luiz showed up. But anyway, we talked about that before. So to my man at the football terrace, it's ridiculous to call us cowards. You calling us cowards, your credibility as a football personality takes a knock, because there's no chance that we were cowards. No chance. We played a smart game. Why do we play into your hands? Only a fool. It's like a boxing fight. Yeah, you want to knock the guy out, but if you go too hard and you chase him around the ring, he's going to knock you out. That's what you were asking us to do, and we didn't fall for it, man. We didn't fall for it. So you calling us cowards, it's kind of like it's egg on your face, because you guys couldn't break us down. You guys can't score from open play. All you do is score on, if it's not going to be a corner, from lofting the ball into Maguire, you want to score on a counter. You can't score from build-up, a sequence of passing. Your fans even say it, your supporters even say it, that you guys do not understand there's no pattern of play at United. And that's on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The lad can't bring anything to the table, because really the way he coaches, the way he played, he just ran around on the counter and kicked some balls in the goal. And you guys call him a club legend. You love him. But what about Teddy Sheringham, though? What about Teddy Sheringham? He scored the equalizer. If Teddy didn't score, there'd be no Ole at the wheel. You get me? So what do you guys really are showing your ass over here, sweating this guy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm a Gooner, and I tell you what, you guys keep that guy there, you will go down in flames. And I hope that you guys keep him there. What's the song? We want you to stay. We want you to stay. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we want you to stay. Because you're a bum. He's terrible. And I can't wait till tomorrow when you have to play Newcastle. I can't wait. But anyway, we're not cowards. We played a decent game. We should have beat you. But it's tough for us to go up there, despite how crap you are, United. But anyway, yeah, so Ole to stay for 10 years. You guys will be in the championship. Anyway, so after Old Trafford on Monday night, we went Thursday and we hosted Standard Liège, and they're not up to the standard. Unai rang the changes, and our second squad was quite fantastic. Another clean sheet. Mustafi was in there. Tierney looked really good. His services. That's one thing for sure that he brings that Kola does not necessarily give us, as the crosses. So the crosses were very good from Tierney. His energy is good. And then Martinelli, come on, this guy, I had no idea he was going to be like this guy. He's going to be a player, yeah? Martinelli, yeah, he's going to be good. And I tell you what, it's his second start. He's got 4 goals in 2 starts in the Europa League, and he came from Brazil. So when they talk about that nonsense, they talk about, oh, give him time, let Pepe adapt and adjust to the Premier League. Listen, bruv, we're not asking him to come out the gates and score hat tricks left, right, and center. We're not asking that, but we're asking him to make a pass properly. We're asking him to be able to strike a ball on goal well where the keeper has to make a save. You know what I mean? Even his penalty, it wasn't that great. The guy just dove out of the way. I'm telling you, that guy is the Gervinho 2.0. That's what he's going to be. He's going to be a flop. No big deal. And it's a flop because he costs so much money. If we got him for 25 million, yeah, then it'd be dope. But nah, we spent way too much money on him. We should have got Everton Suarez, and I said Everton Suarez back in the summer because I was watching Copa America, and Everton Suarez was scoring golazos, and the golazos that he was scoring, the way he was hitting the ball, you could take that guy anywhere in the world and ask him to strike a ball, he's gonna hit it right first time. He doesn't have to get adjusted and adapt. That's nonsense. Nonsense. Yeah, maybe the tempo of the game, things like that. But if he gets a chance to strike a ball, he's gonna hit it right. This guy's got 7 games now, and he can't kick a ball right. Please. Anyway, so 4-0. You know, we battered Standard Liège. My boy Dennis Shebayo scores his first goal for the Arsenal. And then Joe Willock's got a golazo as well. So it was good for us. You know, I think that for those Arsenal fans who are going off the deep end, talking about Unai out, oh, why doesn't he play Mesut Ozil? Listen. All season, we've lost 1 game, and that was to the reigning European champions, thanks to David Luiz, because we were in that game. It's ridiculous to say Unai out for whatever reasons you may have, because we've only lost 1 game. We win our game against Bournemouth tomorrow, and we're going to go 3rd in the league behind the reigning European champions and the reigning Premier League champions. So what more do you want from the guy? And we have time to chip away at what those 2 teams have got going on, because I'll get on Liverpool in a second. You talk about Unai Emery not being involved, not traveling, not being in the squad, this and that. Listen, Mesut Ozil is a little bit older, and you have to be honest. The work rate that Danny Ceballos shows and gives us when he plays, Mesut was never about that. When Mesut came and he was fresh from Real Madrid, the Premier League was always a tempo above what he is used to giving, right? A tempo that is above of what he's used to being involved in. So for him to have hung in there for as long as he has, credit to him. He's given us some great moments, yes. But it's time for Mesut to go. And it's not Unai's fault. Unai's not being wicked to him. He's not being mean. Unai is trying to run a football club and win games and make us happy, and he's doing it. Mesut Ozil, who are you going to, in our first team to play in the Premier League games, who are you going to drop to play Mesut Ozil when he doesn't track back? He doesn't get enough shots off. The game is too fast for him. If I were Mesut Ozil's best friend, I would tell him, Mesut, you need to take a pay cut and ask for a transfer in January to Lyon. Go to Lyon, go to Ligue 1. And I say Lyon, not PSG, because PSG is loaded. PSG is trying to compete with the people in the big boys in Europe. Their squad is too loaded. There's no space for him there. He won't fit in there. He's got to go to Olympique Lyonnais, go and get the number 10 shirt. Well, he can't get the number 10 shirt because this guy, Depay has it, but go there, play the number 10 role, and lead Lyon to shocking the French league and taking the league off of PSG, because he can do that. The tempo is a lot less in Ligue 1, so that's where he should go. And if he loves football, but the man wants his check every week. So if you want your check every week, this is what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna probably loan you out in January, but up until then, you might not play a game, because we've got a good squad here. Everybody who runs in the Premier League, you can't carry anyone. Everybody has to do their job. You get me? So, I'm sorry. You guys who are Mesut Ozil lovers, I respect Mesut. I think he's a fantastic player, but it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Not anymore. It never really did. And now he's just got to go, yeah? So that's my take on that. You know, we turn to the weekend now where we are, and as we said, Tottenham lost 3-1. Poor Hugo Lloris broke his arm. I think he broke his elbow or something like that. In the 3-0 thumping that they took at Brighton. Um, Tottenham is in disarray. I read some things that are going on in the camp there. Some John Terry esque things. My channel is PG-13, so I do not want to really talk about what I heard is going on in the Spurs locker room. But if you know John Terry and we say John Terry type things, yeah, with Wayne Bridge, yeah, then you'll know what we're saying, what we're talking about with Jan Vertonghen and what's man's name, Christian Eriksen. Something's going on over there. They look really unhappy. They should not have lost today. They made Brighton look good, and it was poor, man. It was poor. And I'm a gooner. And when I woke up and I turned the TV on and I saw the score, I was like, "You gotta be kidding that they're getting battered like this after they got battered in midweek by Bayern." You know, well done, Serge Gnabry, always a gunner. So Tottenham's in trouble. So I think that they're a sinking ship. United are a sinking ship. So those are two teams out of our way in terms of top four. Watch Leicester today against Liverpool, and I tell you, Leicester's a decent side, but I think they're going to fall by the wayside. They've got good pieces, but not top four quality. I think Chelsea's going to be a problem. I think Chelsea's going to come a head full of steam up the table, and they're gonna get top four with us. I think Arsenal and Chelsea are going to get it. Um, I don't think West Ham lost today to Crystal Palace, I believe. So we win tomorrow against Bournemouth. We'll go third. We'll leapfrog Leicester. And we're sitting pretty. Unai Emery's doing a great job. I'm really looking forward to it. With the team selection for tomorrow, obviously, Bird Leno's going to be in goal. The 4-2-3-1. Right back, I'm going to go with Callum Chambers. Put Callum Chambers over there. And then I think that Unai is going to go with Socrates and David Luiz in there. I think he's going to go with that. And then the left back, a lot of the fans are screaming for Tierney. I wouldn't mind seeing Tierney, but I wouldn't mind seeing Holden either. But I don't think either one will get in tomorrow. I think that they're going to go with Kola. Kola will play left back tomorrow. And then in the midfield, I think that Torreira played midweek against Standard Liège. So I think that he's going to, obviously, his man, Granit Xhaka, will be back under the captain, Granit Xhaka. Not my selection for captain, as I said before, but he's the captain now, and you just got to roll with it. So Xhaka will be at the base, and then I think that they will go with Guendouzi will be back in the team, and then alongside them, I would love to see Dennis Ceballos, but it could be Willock. But he'll probably go with who knows? It's a toss up between Shebayo and Willock. That's what I think. And then Pepe will be on the right. Good luck, Pepe. Hopefully you prove me wrong. On the left, Saka's got to be in there. Saka's got to be in there, man. Saka's got to be playing, bruh. He's too good. He's our guy now. He's our guy. And then up front is the man, Aubameyang. All right. About my blood clot yang, you heard me say it? So that's gonna be the team tomorrow. I think we should get the result. I think it should be, hopefully it'll be fantastic if we get our first clean sheet in the Premier League this season and win 2-0. I'd love that. And I love it for the goals to come from Oba to open the scoring, and then Saka finishes it off. Let's come on, you Gunners. That's what we want. That's what I want to see tomorrow. Nice and easy. So that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. As I said, Man United is going to go to. Man United is going to go. They're going to Newcastle. No, they're going to Newcastle. Either way, they're playing Newcastle. I think it's at Sir James Park, and I think they're in trouble because they say Pogba not playing. They say Rashford is not Rashford. Martial is definitely not playing. Rashford may play. Jesse Lingard is injured now. They just, you know what, they made a massive mistake. I cannot believe that they did this. They let Alexis go. They let Lukaku go. They've got no strikers. Dudes are injured, and then they didn't buy anybody in midfield. They have no midfielders. They let Herrera go, dude. Ander Herrera was balling for PSG today. I mean, what are they? They have no one. They have no one, guy. And the funny thing is, Newcastle is going to sit deep. United can't deal with people sitting deep. So they're just going to make a mistake, and Newcastle's going to beat them. I don't know why they think that it's going to be a game where they turn up and they do something. They're not going to get counterattacks. Newcastle, you can't let them counterattack. If you give them space to counterattack, that's where they'll get you. Don't give them that. Play the same way you played at the Lane when you beat Tottenham. Yeah, do the same thing. You win the game 2-0, easy. I think Joe Linton is going to score a golazo, and Matt Ritchie will get an assist. Yeah, Matt Ritchie's nice. My boy like Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie's a good player. So I think United's going to have a hard time tomorrow, and that'll be. And then I think City will. I think they're hosting Wolves, but I think KDB's got to rest because his groin is a little jammed up. But I think that Wolves had an important Europa League match in the week. I think they beat Besiktas 1-0. Goal from Willy Bolly scored a goal to win the game for Espirito Santo's men, and I think they're going to be a little leggy because the squad's not big, the squad's not huge, so they're going to be a little leggy. They're going to try to sit in and try to keep City in front of you. But I tell you what, City is probably, I would say, in England, without a doubt, the hardest team to keep in front of you, and probably, arguably, the hardest team in Europe to keep in front of. Keep them in front of you because their movement is so fluid. They move the ball well. I think Barcelona is very good too in that regard. But you look at the coach at City and you look at Barcelona and you know the connection there. There's no surprise why those two teams are at the top of Europe, in my opinion. So, as I said, I think that City will beat Wolves tomorrow, and that'll be it for England. But before I go, I wanted to touch on, I kind of got my little segue into it with Inter Milan and Juve tomorrow. I'm excited for that because, the word on the street is Ramsey's going to play the number 10 for Juve. I watched Inter against Barca on Wednesday, and Antonio Conte is a very good coach. He plays the counter game, and he plays it well. And he's got some good players in there who can be dangerous. Alexis Sanchez is suspended for this game against Juve because he got red carded again in the last league game where he scored twice but was sent off afterwards. Forgot who they beat, but Alexis unavailable. I don't know if Lukaku's fit to play. Maybe he will pass late fitness and get in. But they've got the guy, Luarto Martinez. Luarto, the Argentinian lad. Yeah, he scored against Barca early in the game. But before we get into that Juve Inter game, right? Talk about Inter and the Barca game real quick. I think that Antonio Conte's men were unlucky. And I think the game was a very good game because people were trying to dog out Inter for the way that they set up, but that's how you set up to play Barcelona. You hit them on the break. They got one early in the first 2 minutes. Luarto got a deflected ball, fended off Lenglet, and slid past Ter Stegen. And then when that happens, so then Barca starts to turn it on. They're trying to find their rhythm. They're trying to, knock it around and find holes to get in behind. And in the process, early in that first half, Inter were able to defend in a solid 2 blocks of 4 and win the ball and have some sweet counterattacks. And there was one where they played right out of the back with Handanovic starting it, and they went from the right backside all the way to the left mid, and I think Sensi gets it, and they run all the way down, and Sensi cuts it and has a shot that just goes over the bar. I was like, yo! And they went the full length of the Camp Nou, and we all know how big the Camp Nou is. They went the full length, and I think they covered every blade of grass on that passage of play. And then there was another one where the ball went wide and Candreva whipped the ball in, and Luarto had a powerful header that Ter Stegen saved like his kid shot it. You know what I mean? He made it look easy. Ter Stegen's fantastic. But when this is all happening, you're like, yo, Inter could be up 3-0 right now. Inter could put Barca to the sword. But Barca hung in there, halftime is 1-0, and then they keep playing, keep knocking it, and then freaking this guy Luis Suarez, man, scores that volley. What a golazo. That is a golazo, bro. And then that made it 1-1. And by that time, this is the problem when you sit and counter. If you play against a team that can keep it and you try to sit and counter, I don't care how fit you are, you're gonna get fatigued, you're gonna get tired because they're making you run all the time. You get me? So Inter started to show some cracks in their defense because they were tired, and Barcelona has got full gas because they're the one controlling the tempo. That's why I teach my kids in FC Red and Blacks that we have to be the one to control the tempo. And how do you control the tempo, ladies and gentlemen? You have to keep the ball. You cannot just be kicking long all the time. You can't do that. You get away with it every once in a while, but you can't do that consistently. You know what I mean? You can't play on the counter all the time. So Barca just warmed down, and Suarez scored the volley. And then once that happened, you knew that it was only a matter of time. And then Suarez and Messi linked up, and Suarez got in behind off a Messi pass. And his first touch to get away from Godin. Whew. I tell you, man, what a goal. The first touch of the left foot, put it in behind Godin, and then Handanovic came forward and he slotted past Handanovic. And you know how he does this thing? You know how he does that? Suarez? The he's a baller, bro. Baller. Love that guy. So yeah, they won 2-1. So now, taking that information from the game in the Champions League to the clash in the San Siro tomorrow, which I cannot wait for, they say Inter's going to do the same, but they're going to sit and try to counter Juve. But here's the thing, though. I've got a in the know guy who is part of the Bianconeri, and he tells me that Sarri is all out attack, and he's just gonna put Inter under all kinds of pressure. I'm thinking that's playing right into the hands of Antonio Conte and the Nerazzurri. They're going to, come, come, go on, trying to find space behind us, come. And when you come, then they hit you on the break. So, they say that if Lukaku's not fit, then they might bring this lad on, Politano. Politano is a baller, okay? This little diminutive Italian guy who is a number 10, he's a problem. He's going to get on there and lead those counters. Man, listen. It's going to be fire the San Siro tomorrow. And here's a little sub-story to the game tomorrow, the San Siro. You know that Juve and Inter hate each other, but Antonio Conte he's from the old lady. You know what I mean? He played at Juve when they were good, and they're still good, obviously, but when they were winning, when they had Marcello Lippi and stuff like that, when Antonio Conte was balding, yeah, he was there in midfield. Then he went back as a coach, and they won countless Scudettos. They went to the Champions League final, and what you never do as part of the Juve family is you don't ever do anything with Inter. So for him to take the Inter job, ooh, they say it's betrayal, empa. Betrayal. So I tell you, it's going to be fireworks, man. It's going to be fireworks. The only thing that I'm kind of sad about is the game is at the San Siro, not at the J. Because if it was at the J, man, I'd be nervous for Antonio Conte, man. What? Because those Juve guys they're hot right now. So yeah, they say Ramsey's gonna play the 10 up front. Ronaldo and Higuain. Higuain is playing well again for Sarri, and then Rabiot is at Juve, but they might not get minutes, bro. He should have came to Arsenal, Rabiot. He should have, but but I think he clashed with Unai Emery at PSG, didn't he? Was it? Yeah, I think he did. He clashed all his coaches, Unai and with Tuchel before he bounced. But yeah, so I think that they said that the midfield is going to be Matuidi, Pjanic, and Khedira, and then Pjanic, Khedira, Matuidi are going to be tight in that middle with Ramsey underneath those two strikers that we talked about, and in the back, Cuadrado's playing right back. Left back is going to be Sandro, and then Delate and Bonucci are going to be the center backs, and then Szczesny's in goal for Juve. Inter's team, I think that this is what they're going to do, because if Lukaku's not available, they're gonna play a 3-4-3, right? And they're gonna have Strinier, yeah, Strinier, Godin, and who's the other one? Uh, Dude, who's the other center back that they've got down there? Uh, I forgot. But they're gonna have those three. Then in midfield, they're gonna have Candreva as the right wing back. The left wing back is gonna be what's that dude's name? Who was it? I cannot think of it. Forgot the left back over there. And then you're gonna go with in the middle, Sensi will be in there with who was in there? Sensi and who was the other one? Oh, Brozovic. Brozovic will be in there with Sensi, and then or Barella or Barella. You know what I'm saying? Barella be in there too. I would say, ooh. So maybe Sensi will play the left wing back. Nah. Sensi's not gonna do that. Sensi's a central midfielder. So they're gonna probably drop one of them because I think they're gonna go with the three up front. Well, you know what? They'll probably push Sensi up higher with Politano and Luarto, and then Barella and Brozovic be in the middle. The left wing back, I forgot. Oh, the left wing back is Asamoah, the guy who used to play for Juve, the Ghanaian. Yeah, so he'll play on the left, and then the right will be Candreva, and then I forgot the other center back, but those are the three. They're gonna play a 3-4-3, and they're gonna, and then in goal obviously Captain Handanovic, and then they're gonna go for it. So tomorrow's gonna be a fantastic game of football. Even MLS, there's some important playoff implication matches there where you have. I think the most important one is San Jose Earthquakes versus Portland Timbers. That game's going to be important. The winner of that is going to go, and the loser is going to go fishing. So that's what it is right there. So you've got Arsenal in the morning at 9. Then you've got United and Newcastle at 11:30. Then you've got 12:30, I think, or something like that. 12:30 is City and Wolves, and then at 2:45 in the San Siro, Inter hosting Juve. Woo! And Juve is I think 2 points behind the perfect start of Inter. So Juve is like they kind of got to go get the points, but it's going to be fire. So yeah, let me know what you think of all the information that's been talked about here, about Arsenal, about Unai Emery, about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, about Conte, about Sarri, about City, Barcelona, Suarez's golazos. Just talk footy, man. Subscribe at the bottom. Leave me a comment. Let's talk. I love footy. All right. And I'll try to get back to you guys sooner than later. You get me? So let's watch those games tomorrow, all right? Viva Football. FCRB TV. Ciao.